Let me tell you something that changed my life. You don't become unstoppable by accident. You become unstoppable by design. And that design is built on your habits every day. Most people wake up and react to life. The clock rings, the phone buzzes, and they go through the motions, but they're not building anything. Now listen, success doesn't come from massive change overnight. It comes from a few simple disciplines. Practice consistently. I used to wonder why some people rise while others barely survive. And then I discovered the answer. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's daily habits. And in this video, I want to share with you the 7 daily habits that made me unstoppable. Habits that brought order to my day, clarity to my thinking, and power to my action. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, if you know you're capable of more, and if you're ready to take control of your time, your mind, and your future, then don't just watch this video, study it. Because one idea, one habit can change everything. Let's begin. Habit 1. Plan your day before it begins. Let me give you one of the most powerful ideas you'll ever hear. Don't start your day until it's finished. Now you might say, Jim, what does that mean? It means that you should never walk into a day unprepared. You should never wake up and wonder what to do. Because if you do, life will take over. And if you don't have a plan, trust me, someone else does. See, most people live by reaction, not by intention. They wake up and check their phones, scroll through distractions, chase whatever's urgent and call that living. But I call that surviving, not thriving. Now here's the truth. The difference between a busy person and a productive person is the plan. A plan gives your day structure, it gives your time, purpose, and most importantly, it gives you control. You see, the act of planning doesn't take long, just 10 quiet minutes in the morning, or better yet, the night before, and in that time you decide what matters. You decide what gets done. You decide who gets your attention and who doesn't. Now, let me tell you what I do before I end the day. I ask myself, what are the 3 most important things I need to do tomorrow? Not 30, just 3. And I write them down on paper, because when it's written down, it becomes real. And when it's real, it can be achieved. Writing it down forces clarity. It eliminates noise, and it gives your subconscious mind a clear set of instructions. Here's another secret. When you plan your day, you don't just control your time. You take control of your emotions. You eliminate the morning confusion. You reduce stress. You walk into the day with purpose, and people notice it. You become the kind of person who's ahead, not always catching up. And let me tell you, there's magic in being ahead. Now here's the question I leave you with. When will you start finishing your day before it begins? Don't leave your life to chance. Don't leave your success to luck. Start each day with clarity, purpose, and discipline, because the person who plans the day wins the day. So tonight, before your head hits the pillow, take 10 minutes, write down your plan, and tomorrow watch how different your day becomes. Habit 2, feed your mind with wisdom. Let me tell you something I learned early on. Your mind is like a garden. You can plant flowers or you can grow weeds, but either way, something's going to grow. And here's the principle. If you want to live a rich life, you have to feed your mind. It's your most valuable asset, because it is. Now, I used to think, Jim, I don't have time to read. But then I realized I had time for television. I had time for gossip. I had time for nonsense. What I didn't have was direction. So here's what changed everything for me. I made it a daily habit to feed my mind with something wise, something true, something that made me grow. Books, lectures, audio programs, mentors, podcasts, ideas that challenge me, stretch me, improve me. Miss a meal if you have to, but never miss your daily feeding of the mind. Now, why is this so powerful? Because your mind is a filter. It decides how you interpret the world, what you believe about yourself, what you expect from others, what you think is possible. Feed your mind junk, and you'll live a junk life. Feed your mind wisdom, and you'll start making better choices, building better habits, living at a higher level. Here's what I recommend. Start with 10 pages a day, not 100, not 50, just 10 pages from a great book, a book on personal development, finance, health, relationships, philosophy, leadership, success, whatever area of life you want to improve, feed it. 10 pages a day doesn't sound like much, but that's 3,650 pages a year. That's the wisdom of 10 or 15 books. And let me tell you, most people haven't read that many since high school. Now let me say this, if you want your life to get better, your thinking must get better. And if your thinking improves, your decisions improve. And if your decisions improve, so does your income, your relationships, your opportunities, and your joy. You want to be unstoppable. Feed your mind every day, without fail. Make it a habit that's as natural as brushing your teeth. Because wisdom will do what motivation alone can't. It will anchor you. When life gets hard, it will guide you when the path gets unclear. And it will pull you forward when you're tempted to settle. So here's the challenge. Find your first book, open to page 1, and let that be the day your mind stopped shrinking and started growing. Let's build a brain that can build a life. That's the power of feeding your mind with wisdom. Habit 3, move your body, master your energy. Let me share a truth that changed everything for me. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Now, it's easy to talk about dreams, goals, and visions, but if you don't have the energy to pursue them, if your body is tired, weak, or neglected, even the best ideas will sit on the shelf. See, I learned early in life, discipline with your health is discipline with your destiny. You can't separate the two. Your mind needs a strong body to carry it. Your spirit needs energy to move mountains. And your goals, they need fuel. Now let me ask you, when's the last time you moved your body on purpose? Not for the mirror, not for anyone else, just to honor the life you've been given. Let me be clear. You don't need to run marathons. You don't need a gym membership. You just need motion daily. Deliberate, intentional motion. A walk around the block, a stretch in the morning, a short workout in your living room. Whatever you can do, do it. And then do it again tomorrow. Because movement creates momentum, and momentum creates motivation. And motivation, that's what makes you unstoppable. Here's a principle I live by. Treat your body like a performance machine, not a storage unit. Feed it well, rest it, well, move it daily. You'll be amazed how different life feels when your body is firing on all cylinders. You speak with more confidence, you think more clearly, you show up stronger, and people can feel it. Let me remind you, success is not just mental. It's physical. When your body is neglected, everything suffers. But when your body is strong, everything elevates. So here's your action step. Move for 20 minutes a day. Start small, but start now. Stretch, walk, run, dance, train. Just move. Because motion breathes life into your purpose. And purpose without energy is just a wish. You want to lead, you want to build, you want to inspire, then master your energy, and it starts with moving your body. Habit 4, review your goals daily. Let me share something with you that separates the ordinary from the exceptional. Goals are like magnets. They pull you toward your future, but only if you keep them in front of you. Only if you remind yourself every single day what you're aiming for. Now, let me ask, do you know where you're going? And better yet, have you looked at it today? Because here's what I've learned. Most people don't fail for lack of goals. They fail because they forget them. They write them down once, get excited, then bury them in a drawer and call it ambition. But I'll tell you this, a goal not reviewed is a goal soon replaced by distraction, replaced by doubt, replaced by the noise of the world, pulling you in every direction but your own. Here's what I did every morning before the world had a chance to speak. I reviewed my goals. I read them. I visualized them. I felt them. Why? Because it reminded me who I was, where I was going, and why it mattered. See, goals aren't just tasks, they're targets. And if you don't aim daily, you'll drift weekly and fail yearly. Now let me make this simple. Pick your top 3 goals right now. Big or small, personal or professional, doesn't matter. And starting tomorrow morning, do this. Read them out loud. Let them get into your eyes, your ears, your spirit. Speak them until you believe them. Believe them until you pursue them. Pursue them until you achieve them. Section daily review brings daily focus, and focus is how you win. You want to change your life? Don't look at your goals on New Year's Eve. Look at them every morning like a commander reviewing the mission, because that's what you are, the commander of your future. So here's the challenge. Put your goals where you can see them, by your mirror, on your phone, inside your notebook, wherever you need to put them there, and then look at them every day. Because the more you see them, the more you feel them, and the more you feel them, the more likely you are to make them real. Review your goals daily, because the future belongs to those who prepare for it, one day at a time. Habit 5, practice gratitude intentionally. Let me share something with you that doesn't get talked about enough. Gratitude is not an emotion, it's a practice. You see, it's easy to be thankful once a year, but the real power, the real transformation that comes when you make gratitude a daily discipline. Because here's the truth. What you focus on expands. If you focus on your problems, they grow. If you focus on your lack, it multiplies. But if you focus on your blessings, something incredible happens. So does your joy, so does your peace, and so does your strength. Now, I used to think gratitude was just saying thank you, but it's more than that. It's a way of seeing, it's a lens, it's a habit of the heart. Most people wake up and think about what they don't have, what's missing, what's wrong, and then they wonder why the day feels heavy, why the energy is low, why the fire is gone. Let me tell you, you can't build a rich life from a bitter mindset. You've got to train your eyes to see the good, even when life feels hard, even when the road is long. So here's what I started doing. Every morning, I wrote down 3 things I was grateful for. Not 10, not 20, just 3 simple things. A good cup of coffee, a warm bed, the chance to try again. And it changed my spirit, it changed my attitude, and listen, it changed how I treated people, because when you feel grateful, you speak differently, you walk differently, you attract better opportunities, you carry a presence that lifts the room. People want to follow someone who's grateful, not someone who's resentful. And here's the best part. You don't have to wait for something big to happen. Gratitude doesn't require more. It requires awareness. Start where you are. Be thankful for what you've got. And that attitude, that energy, it will make you unstoppable. So here's your challenge. Every morning before the day begins, write down 3 things you're grateful for. And then feel it. Let it soften your heart. Let it renew your perspective. Because gratitude isn't just a good habit, it's a winning habit. And remember, learn to be thankful for what you already have while you pursue all that you want. That's how you grow. That's how you lead. That's how you rise. Habit 6, speak with purpose and positivity. Let me tell you something. I learned the hard way. Your words are seeds, and every time you speak, you plant something. Now the question is, what are you planting? You see, some people speak like it doesn't matter. They gossip, they complain, they criticize. And then they wonder why their life feels heavy, why their relationships fall apart, and why opportunity keeps slipping by. But I'll tell you what I discovered. Words do 2 major things. They provide food for the mind, and they create light for understanding. What you say becomes what you believe, and what you believe becomes what you live. So if you want to raise the quality of your life, you've got to raise the quality of your speech. Now, I'm not talking about sweet talk or fake positivity. I'm talking about speaking with purpose, speaking with vision, speaking with kindness, intention, and clarity. Because here's the truth. Negative words will destroy your confidence faster than failure ever could. And on the other hand, a word of courage, a word of belief, a word of vision that can change a life, yours or someone else's. So I made it a habit. I watched my mouth. I trained myself to speak about what I wanted, not what I feared. I encouraged others. Even when I felt discouraged, and I chose to speak life, not limitation. Let me challenge you right now. How do you speak about yourself? Do you say, I'm always tired, I can't do this, nothing ever works for me? Those aren't just statements, they're agreements. And your life will rise or fall to the level of your words. But speak with belief, speak with hope, speak with vision, and watch your life begin to mirror that energy. Here's your habit. Every day, say something positive about your future. Say something encouraging to someone else. And say something honest that moves you forward, not backward. Because your voice carries power more than you know. Don't use your words to describe your situation. Use them to transform it. Speak as if the world is listening, because it is. And more importantly, so are you. Habit 7. Reflect, refine, and prepare for tomorrow. Here's a habit I wish I had learned sooner. Let your past be a school, not a club. Most people end their day by collapsing into it. Tired, drained, distracted. They shut the lights and call it a day, but they never really learn from it. Let me tell you, if you want to be unstoppable, if you want to make progress faster than the average man or woman ever will, you've got to make it a habit to reflect, refine, and prepare every night. Just before you shut the world off, take 10 minutes, just 10, and ask yourself 3 questions. What did I do well today? What could I have done better? What will I change tomorrow? That's called personal leadership. That's how you grow. That's how you sharpen your life, one day at a time. Because remember, you don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. And reflection is how you multiply that value. Now don't just reflect, refine. If today didn't go as planned, why not? Was it a lack of preparation? Did you give your time to the wrong things? Were you focused or just busy? Learn from that. Write it down. Adjust. Refuse to carry today's mistakes into tomorrow. That's what the average person does, but not you. And once you reflect and refine, prepare, lay out your goals for the morning, set your intentions, clear your mind, because clarity at night leads to confidence in the morning. Let me put it this way. If you live each day on purpose, you won't waste years by accident. Small hinges swing big doors, and 10 minutes of nighttime awareness can change the direction of your life. So here's the habit. Before your day ends, close the loop. Don't leave your mind cluttered. Don't leave your lessons behind. Don't leave your future to chance. Reflect on today, refine your thinking, and prepare for tomorrow. That's the habit of the wise. That's the routine of the productive. And that's how the unstoppable, small habits, big life. So there you have it. 7 simple habits that changed my life, not overnight, but over time, you see. Success isn't one big moment. It's not one lucky break. It's not even one great idea. Success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day. That's it. That's the truth. Now you might be thinking, Jim, these habits sound too simple. And you're right, they are simple, but here's the danger. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. It's easy to skip the plan, easy to scroll instead of read, easy to complain instead of move. Easy to forget your goals, easy to take things for granted. Easy to speak without care. Easy to go to bed without learning from the day. And that's the trap, because each time you skip a small habit, you drift a little further from the life you want. But here's the good news. That same principle works in your favor. You start planning your days, feeding your mind, moving your body, reviewing your goals, practicing gratitude, speaking with purpose, reflecting and preparing, and suddenly you look up and your whole life has changed. Your confidence is higher, your relationships are better, your energy is back, and you're becoming someone you're proud of. Small habits, when repeated daily, build a big life. A life of clarity, a life of discipline, a life of direction, a life worth living. So here's my challenge to you. Don't wait. Pick one habit, just one, and start today and tomorrow. Do it again and again and again. Because the person who controls their habits controls their future. This is how you become unstoppable. This is how you build a life. You don't need to escape from one small step, one strong habit at a time.